All right, he is the Funk Master, Aljamain Sterling. We talk so much about the state of this 135-pound division, how it's never been stronger, and yet this guy's starting to distance himself from the pack a little bit. Outstanding grappler, and more often than not, he's going to have a big advantage in that war.
Yeah, that's one of the things that separates Aljamain, is that he's one of those guys that tells you what he's going to do, and then he goes and he does it. Nothing's more discouraging for a fighter than to know what you have to defend and still not be able to defend it. Aljamain Sterling is a beast. Now, he did hint to us in the fighter meeting that he thought he could win this fight without chaining takedowns, so perhaps we'll see a strike-heavy approach here from Sterling early. We shall see. The Funk Master, Aljamain Sterling, as usual, ready to battle as he tries to take home the title. All right, here's the Armenian Arman Tsarukyan, a lightweight that many believe will one day be wearing UFC gold around his waist. The winning streak is in tow, and the strength of schedule has just been fantastic, really dating to the Islam Makhachev fight back in 2019. At times, perhaps Tsarukyan has been a victim of expectation, but largely he has lived up to what was some appreciable hype when he signed with the UFC back in 2019. He has inched his way towards contention. He's a guy that some have called the boogeyman of lightweight division, a guy that a lot of people don't want to fight. Eventually, you gotta fight him. We'll see if he can rise to the occasion here tonight. All right, with that, both fighters have now graced the octagon. They will lock the door behind them, ready to go with a crazy fight here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Our tale of the tape now for this lightweight championship fight. All right, now for the particulars, we go inside the octagon to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Lightweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Aljamain Funk Master Sterling. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the reigning, defending UFC Lightweight Champion of the World, Arman Tsarukyan!
All right, Herb Dean, third man in the octagon for this one.
Ready. Good.
On July 3rd, 1978, an American baby boy was born, as American as they get. My man, happy birthday to the boy John N.
I appreciate that. I was born at the Boston Lying-In Hospital in Boston, Massachusetts, and you know I'm an identical twin. I always say, oh, who's older? And I always tell him I wasn't going to lose the first race of my life. 1-0 out of the chute. 3 minutes over than my twin.
He's gonna go to sleep. It's over.
Oh, he cleared it and he got out.
He cleared the leg, got to his back, and now he's out of that Darce choke.
Tsarukyan getting absolutely worked here from the top. Let's see if there's an uptick in his urgency here as he tries to get back up. All right, he's sort of hanging out here unguarded, DC. Not sure if he's trying to bait him in or what, but not great body language here. Ooh, right into side controls, DC.
This is where you want to be now because you get to make your opponent decide. They try to turn back into you, you can attack guillotine. If they turn away to try to get to your knees, you throw your hooks in and you got all your rear choke submissions. Changing the position.
Under 3 minutes now to go in the round. lands the ground and pound strike. These ground strikes are starting to add up. Sterling's able to make a nice transition there back into side control. All right, so some definite damage underneath the elbow now on the side of his opponent. A lot of strikes to the body starting to add up.
Yeah, a lot of strikes to the body and mixing up the attack, not being one-dimensional, not headhunting inside the octagon. I think he has fought beautifully right now, and it's starting to show itself.
Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by Sterling.
Another ground and pound strike lands for this man.
Pretty good work with the strikes here off of his back by Tsarukyan. Well, he's worked very hard on this part of his game, and these ground strikes are really starting to take their toll. Man, it's almost like he's got a range.
You don't really stand after you take a head kick like this. That is such toughness to even be on his feet right now. Oh.
15 seconds. Got to separate from the clinch now. 5 minutes in the books.
This fight on your feet. I want you to avoid that takedown. The only reason you do.
All right, so an entertaining 5 minutes. Let's look back at some of the highlights, DC, and I'd imagine a lot of these replays are going to be rooted in that kicking game that was on full display.
Absolutely. You're going to see a lot of different techniques, but the kicking was the key to him getting ahead in this fight. He's out ahead now. He needs to stay the course and continue to do that as the fight goes on.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Here we are, early round 2. So with that, our next round is underway. It looked like maybe we wouldn't get here. There was a close attempt on a submission in the previous round, but the fighter lives to fight another round.
It was very, very close. If it's me and I'm his coach, I'm telling him, get right back to it. This time, he will not be able to survive. Oh, nice. Nice.
Strike right there. I'm not sure how many more of these his opponent can take.
Massive shot that he landed. Great job. Now we're going.
Well, we see this a lot, DC, but this instance, it's particularly surprising to see a wrestler on his level not attempt to change the level.
I don't understand it. You know, when you have that weapon, when you have that ability.
Nice judo toss for him there. Pretty athletic off his back to avoid that strike from the top. Tsarukyan is in half guard. Just over 3 minutes now to go in round 2.
Great job finding his shots from the top position.
Oh, another strike lands from the top. Well, that combination's going to leave a mark. You see him getting top position, standing over his opponent, and delivering the ground strike. Nice job by Tsarukyan. All right, DC, half guard position here. You've done a lot of good work in this spot in your career.
Oh, man, I love this position, and you see this fighter today loves it, too. It is the most secure position in fighting. You get an underhook on one side, you keep a half guard on the other, and then you just go to work. It's the safest position, especially for a wrestler.
Oh, you gotta love the ground and pound strikes here. Well, not ideal to spend this much time on the bottom, but you can't fault him for his activity. Landing strikes here from the bottom. Nice work by Sterling. Well, he has really picked up the pace here in round 2. Much more aggressive than we saw in round 1, and now starting to find himself in the pocket.
Gets in close and gets that single collar tie locked in tight.
All All right, so he continues to land a high volume of strikes. He talked to us a lot about pace and pressure, and he has certainly kept up his end of the bargain.
I mean, the cardio is fantastic tonight. He is...
Oh, what a connection by him there. His opponent could be out of here soon, DC.
He's almost done. I mean, when you get hit with a shot like that, you don't know whether to run, hide, grab, or wrestle. He's confused. He's as confused as he was on his first test in elementary school.
Outstanding round, and another 5 minutes coming up.
All right, take a seat, buddy. Good round, okay? You won that round by controlling your position on the ground. I need more of that. If you're on top, I need you to keep that.
All right, so for one fighter, the round mercifully comes to an end. As we look back at some of the action, what a display of ground and pound.
It's his calling card. It's exactly what he's known for. He's known as a brutal ground and pound fighter, and he showed you just then why he's known as that in the MMA sphere. He's the guy that if he gets you down, he will dominate you with positioning and brutal, nasty ground and pound.
Here we go, third round of this championship fight. All right, here we go with our next round, and thankfully for his opponent, it begins on the feet because his face was turning into mincemeat with that ground and pound in the previous round.
Oh, he got demolished, man. It was punches, it was elbows, it was transitions into the elbows. I mean, he had so much more knowledge in this area that although his opponent is a great ground fighter, jiu-jitsu goes out the window when you're getting punched in the face, and there was no better example of it than what we just saw in the previous round.
How about the accuracy to land right there? His opponent's wobble champ.
He's hurt bad. He cannot take another shot like that.
Well, not only has he stayed aggressive as he was in the previous round, landing a high volume of strikes, but he's also been efficient, not just with his strikes, but also with his body movement. Complete performance out of this fighter here tonight. Oh, he's setting up for a submission now. Oh, that looks tight. Might be the beginning of the end. Oh, what a moment there. Right back to his feet. I thought he might get submitted there.
Beautiful defense. Nice block.
Oh, body kick attempt here. It's no good. Nice. Nicely done. Back mount now. Just over 2 minutes to go. Sterling's in half guard now. All right, working inside the closed guard now. This is no safe place against this opponent. Working for the submission once again.
He's fighting. He wants this very bad.
Heel hook looks tight.
This has got to be the end of the fight.
Oh, and he gets up.
He beat the knee by creating distance. Once you free your knee from the hips, you have a chance. This man was so good at staying calm in the face of adversity.
Most fighters will tell you offensive wrestling is the hardest, most exhausting thing.
Especially if you're just running a guy over, John, and then he just gets up.
Oh, we'll see who has the edge here as they get back to their feet after a pretty engaged battle there on the ground.
And both of these guys should feel pretty satisfied because they both had their moments and they both showed true skill on the ground.
30 seconds to go. Takedown defense holds up. Now some spacing as they exit the clinch. Final seconds. All right, that's 3 rounds in the books. We are headed to the championship rounds.
All right, brother. Take a deep breath and breathe. In through that nose, out through that mouth. All right, good. Listen, you can't stand there and let him tear.
All right, let's check out some of the action now from that previous round, and he really kept finding a home for those kicks.
Yeah, and why would you change it? If your opponent is not going to check, if he's going to stand there and he's not on his toes and he's stationary, you keep driving those kicks into his thighs, into his body until he makes some sort of adjustment.
You ready to fight? You ready?
Fourth round, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds.
All right, here we go. The tension is palpable. Fourth round is underway. You've got a thing or two.
Massive hook lands, and his opponent seems to be on his way out of the fight.
Well, no denying that he rocked him, but couldn't quite get the finish.
He hurt him real bad, but he couldn't find the shot that would put him to sleep. He threw a lot of punches, but he couldn't get the one to land on the button that would end the night.
Stuffs that takedown attempt without issue. Both fighters hanging down in the pocket and both landing. Well, we've seen a lot of different elements to his striking game tonight, especially that hook. We'll see if he sets it up again here. He has punctuated a lot of his combinations with that hook shot tonight.
Lands that beautiful jab. He's got the single collar tie.
Just unable to quite find that range. Still plenty of time with which to work here, round 4.
Ooh, what a punch. Oh, nice right hand by the champ, yeah. He's got some hands, man.
Again, he's looking for that left. It's not there. A thunderous leg kick grounds his opponent, limping a little bit, tried to stay upright, but man, that changed the complexion of this fight.
Johnny's hurt. He's hurt really badly by that one big leg kick.
Well, that left hand has been there at times, not on that attempt. Tsarukyan, his knee to the body is blocked. Well, this is exactly the sense of urgency you're looking for. Try to take the judges out of it. He is lighting them up now. Nice crack there. Stuffs the takedown, no problem. Now some separation. Under a minute now to go in the round. Well, looks as though his leg is hurt here. You can even see him limping a little bit. Oh, roundhouse kick. Add that to his highlight reel. Huge shot finds the target there.
Great shot lands. Now he's got to go find that follow-up attempt. The kill shot is what they call it, to go and end the fight.
10 seconds remaining here in round 4. Horn sounds for the end of round 4.
All right, man, take a seat. Listen to me. We are down in this fight. This is the last round. I need you to finish. I don't care whatever you have to do. You're going to go out there.
All right, now we take a look back at some of the action in that previous round, DC. A lot to like on both sides here.
I mean, both were intent on going forward. And what happens when nobody wants to take a step back? They meet in the middle. That's exactly what they did, and they both found success over the course of that round.
You ready to fight? Ready.
It is the 5th and final round. All right, here we go. This next round is underway. He got worked in that previous frame. We'll see if he has recovered here as he enters this next round.
You don't recover in a minute, so he needs to extend the recovery time. Fight at a slower pace. You cannot go in there slinging leather again, or he'll find the light shut out this time.
Oh, a huge strike lands there, DC.
He landed that massive shot. Now he needs to try to find the next shot, the follow-up shot that will finish the fight.
Oh, a huge block there. Back and forth we go. All right, leading with the power shot there. Nice right hand.
Oh! He's got to try to finish here.
Oh, how about the judo toss there? Judo 101. All right, close guard now. You got to be careful, though. He's got a lot of submissions off his back. All right, trying to pass here. As Glover Teixeira might say, not today.
Not today. Great job of following with the hips, keeping those legs locked and keeping them in full guard. transition. I mean, at this point, you just have to do something. You know, you have to maybe start trying to pull guard, grab him, pull him into you to try to change this.
Oh, submission attempt here.
He's fighting. He wants this badly. Got that submission locked up very tight.
Under 2 minutes now to go in the fight. All right, he's got the full mount now. Is this one of the most dominant positions in MMA? Is that fair to say?
It's a very dominant position. It's one of the most ideal positions you can get to, especially if you are fighting someone that doesn't truly understand that they're not in as much danger as they are. Because it's dangerous, but there are a lot of outs. And if a person isn't very understanding of that, then you can really, really put some damage on them.
All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position.
That was a slick transition. Look at him attack that arm triangle on the opposite side. When it's time to finish, he will lock his hands, pass his body all the way to the opposite side, drop his chest to get all the way to...
Wow! The Funk Master delivers.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow, an unbelievable result here tonight by way of submission, and he bided his time there. He stayed patient, waited for an opening, and then when it was there, he certainly capitalized to get the tap here tonight. All right, let's take a look back at the replay as he gets it done by submission tonight, champ.
He was able to get the fight to the ground exactly where he wanted it. Eventually, his opponent gave him an opportunity to get a submission. He did that, and he should be very proud of the work he did tonight in the octagon.
Bruce Buffer is in the octagon with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean's called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 38 seconds of round number 5. Declaring the winner by submission due to an arm triangle choke and new UFC lightweight champion